All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. How y'all doing? RJ, how you doing?
Doing great.
Are you good?
I am so fantastic.
All right. Well, listen, as everybody's headed to corporate America or headed home from corporate America, join us because we are also in that same hell. And today is our escape. But I'm going to start off with a take that I got to get off my chest, RJ. You may not like it, but I got to talk about it. Okay. I'm 53 years old. Okay. If my team didn't win a championship for 53 years, I don't think I would burn anything down. I don't know. But I've been really focused on this. It's really kind of bugging me. So the Knicks won their first championship in 53 years. Congratulations, Knicks. Congratulations, Knicks fans. And if you're listening, drop us a comment because I got to understand how these riots after the damn win, like, how does that impact you? Now, theirs aren't the worst. I did some research because I wanted to know, is this the new norm? And if it is the new norm, if I own a team, I'm going to be like, hey, guys, let's not win it because I don't want to burn the city down. All right. You didn't yell at me yet, so I'm going to keep going, RJ. All right. So here's what happened. So they win. How we celebrate? They torched school buses. I think it was 6 or 7. The school buses were taking visitors to our nation across the river to watch the World Cup, and they torched them. All right. Stabbed 4 people. 63 arrests. It's definitely not a Knicks. It's not the Knicks' fault. In fact, I think it was the Knicks owner interrupted the press conference and begged people, "Can you stop? Like, celebrate, but go home, go to a bar, drink a beer, buy your friend a beer." He didn't say that. This is me. That's what I would have said. But it's tough. So what did I do? I looked into it because, of course, I don't want to just look at New York because say you guys are terrible. And I looked across the board here and how often this happens. The worst one ever, RJ. Now I'm looking at you. This is your fault because it was the Bulls. 1992, 1,000 arrests and $10 million in damages to their city. It's still the worst riot on record for sports. I'm going to call it a riot. I don't know. Did you guys call it a riot back in the day?
I don't know.
You were there.
No.
Were you there?
I was in the vicinity of a couple hundred miles away, but yes, I was there.
Okay. Pistons, 1990, 141 arrests, 7 people killed. For the love of God, your team won the championship. Why are you killing each other?
You're going out on top.
Okay. There's a take. And this is where it gets interesting. I'm going to talk about the Lakers. 3 different championships by them. 2000, 2010, 2020. In year 2000, 11 arrests and 2 cop cars destroyed. Whatever. I'm going to go back to that one in a second. 2010, 38 arrests. 2020, which is interesting because wasn't that COVID championship?
Yeah.
76 arrests, 8 cops hurt. And then there's an outlier with the Lakers. 2001, 0 arrests. Same team, same fan base. 1 year after that 2000 where there were 11 arrests. It's because the cops changed their tactics. They said, hey, things are going to get out of hand, so they set up differently. Why don't we do that all over the place? But real quick, just not to hate on the NBA, Denver Broncos, 1988. This one's wild. 10,000 people in the streets, dozens arrested, millions in damage. Steelers, 2009, 100 plus arrests. They burned everything. Baseball, only 2 examples. In 68, the Tigers, 200 arrests. 68, it was kind of a tough time. A little, new vibe there. Vietnam, people were protesting. So the Tigers won. 200 people got crazy. The Phillies, first title in 28 years. I'm going somewhere with this, RJ.
Yep.
Just buckle up, brother.
Yeah.
2008, first title in 28 years, 76 arrests. Let me back up real quick. In 2000, Mr. Shaquille O'Neal, he actually paid the city back for all the damages. So I just love that guy. Huge Shaq guy. Love the man as a human being. I thought that was kind of a cool note. And then into hockey. Of course, your Chicago Blackhawks are on this list too, RJ. We got to talk about your city. But first, the Canadiens, 1993, 186 arrests, 2.5 million in damage. Blackhawks, 2013, 23 arrests, businesses destroyed. But the only example of a team losing in rioting is not a US citizen. Excuse me, a US city. Vancouver Canucks. They lost a hundred, 100 arrests, 140 injured, 4 million in damages. The fans were pissed.
See, and they say Canadians are really, really nice, right? And then they just go and burn it to the
Take
ground.
off, eh?
Yeah.
For the love
Now
of God.
now I hope that, as much as I'd like to see the Seattle Mariners win a championship, now I hope they don't because I feel like the rioting would be insane, right? Like,
We don't
never winning a championship and then yeah.
I don't know. It just it bothered me. And
Well,
I
I
don't
mean, it got to a point, I think, even my friend from Philadelphia, I believe, was telling me that they were greasing the street
oh, that's
poles.
right. I remember
You're
that.
right, because they were concerned that there would be people climbing up them and all that kind of stuff, and, so yeah,
But think about that. We're paying people
yeah,
that should be fixing potholes and shit to grease a pole so
yeah.
some lunatic doesn't climb up it. Like, come on, man.
You know what's insane is remember when the World Cup started, I was like, "Hey, over under 2.5 riots," because of all the different like, you never know, like, the fan base is so crazy for soccer since it's such an international sport. It's not the one that I have to be concerned about. I have to be concerned about all the other sports that are in America and them
Oh
running. I
no.
mean,
I mean, let's just pivot right to the World Cup. And I appreciate that. Look what's happening, man. People are just loving each other, having
yep.
fun, celebrating the damn thing. Like, my God, I want to be in Boston. I want to be up there. Scotland playing bagpipes, thousands of people going to the Boston Red Sox game, singing songs. Get me a beer and sign me up.
You know what I love from this is I keep getting served all of these videos of people that had an idea of what America was before they came here. And it's all everyone going, "Oh, look at it's, more than just like, oh, look at the food I ate or look at, the beautiful scenery." It's like the people I'm meeting are like really nice. And I didn't expect that. I expected them all to be carrying guns and all to be, like anti everything. And
Yeah,
they're getting this whole, it's so many videos of these people getting like this whole, like, they're actually a really great, country to be around.
yeah,
And so it's just really, it's really uplifting to see that to go, you know what? We can all be humans, right? We're all here to enjoy sport and we're all here to cheer everybody on. And,
yeah.
it's great.
Everybody buckle up because I'm going to say something. You know why? Because it's not us. It's the politicians. I don't
Yeah.
care what side.
What's
Them.
that? Yeah.
It's
It
not
doesn't matter.
us.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to it. Scotland, friggin' blast. I want you to win the World
Yeah.
Cup. You're not going to, but I want you to. In fact, I think they got beat by Morocco. We're recording it on the 19th. Is it?
Yep.
Um, Unfortunate, but man, love you people. Love your fans. I all the content that's being created. Everybody wants to invite them back next year. Let's do it. I'm also rooting for Japan. Not because their team, and I'm sure their team is wonderful, but my God, are you seeing what their fans do?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They give them the
Th
bag and they pick up the trash
They clean
afterwards.
up
And
the
they're just,
trash.
yeah, they're incredibly, yes. Yeah.
What a wonderful bunch of human beings. Love it. I love that. Also, one other take, and then I'll let you take it. You're a bigger soccer guy than I am. Jameis Winston. I'm all about that man. He's having a blast announcing soccer. He doesn't know anything about it, but he's having fun. He was actually up there with the Japanese fans, helping them clean up trash. He just looks like he's having fun. I don't know. You didn't look like you agreed with my take. It doesn't matter if the man has a clue about soccer. He looks like he's having fun, and I
Yeah.
like.
Yeah. Crab Legs is out there having some fun,
Oh
you know?
my God! Come on, we were all young.
Yeah. That's very
Hold
true.
on a second, RJ, and I'll edit this out. Have you ever stolen anything?
Not Crab Legs. No.
Well, I'm not going to answer the question, but I'm all for it, man. It looks like
Yeah.
he's having fun. I enjoy watching the guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a lot of fun to watch. US is playing well. I'm looking at that. I have another take on this, but before I get into it, because I'm just running my mouth, what do you got? What are you seeing in this World Cup magic?
Yeah, no, the US is coming out a lot stronger than I thought they would. They've, even Pulisic being out, cautionary somewhat. They did very well against Australia, and I can see them going pretty deep. What I'm interested to see is this tournament they expanded for the first time this time around, right? So it's not two teams that make it out of the group. It's, potentially up to like three, right? So even the US, if they take their group, they would be playing like a third place team from a group, which would be interesting, right? With the full expansion this time. So they're throwing in essentially another round of eliminations. It's going to
Yeah.
shake things up a little bit, but some of the larger teams I thought would be more of a shoe-in or have a little bit easier of a route have had a little bit, tougher or, tying some games, but it's been just a blast, like, just watching any game, the energy that all the crowds are bringing,
Oh, it's a blast.
it just really goes to show you, like, what something that is only once every 4 years can, like, really do to bring people together, and it's just awesome.
Yeah. No, it's a blast to watch. And I'm gonna tell you, I got a hot take, man. I'm gonna share my screen. I got a little take here, RG. You ready with me?
Yeah,
It's all about the first time ever, something that just bugs the living daylights out of me. Okay?
yeah.
Is the way these boys kind of just fall down. Let me know if you can see that. You might have to change your screen.
I have to change my screen view here.
All right. But the first time in history, and in fact, it was a US game,
Yeah, okay, there it is, yep,
we had a mistaken identity. And my God, am I so happy about it. Because on this particular, I was clearly watching the game. Like,
yep.
dude didn't even get touched, fell down. We got a damn yellow card. And I'm like, how in the hell did they not like review this? And they did. I wasn't prepared for that. First time in history. They used it. Wrong identity was applied for the first time. And they intervened, took the defender Ream, the yellow card from him, gave it to, I hope I say his name right, Paraguay attacker Almiron, and for simulating a foul. Now, I would rather see a red card, like, get out of here, dude, because you're embarrassing yourself. But he didn't. It's fine. It's part of the game, I guess. Maybe you disagree. But I was pretty stoked about that. First time ever it was done because I was screaming at the TV. In fact, I believe I got up and walked around the house a couple of laps because what are you doing, man? Why are you diving like that?
Yeah, no, that was always the one of the biggest issues with soccer, right? Is the rolling around the ground and diving and stuff like that. So yeah, with VAR coming in and being able to review some of this stuff, I think has been tremendous for the game. You're actually seeing, I think there's some fouling in games, but you're seeing kind of like a lot less. Guys are getting up quicker because if they're not getting the call right away, they're not. They understand I'm not supporting my team now. Like, you know,
I
it's
got to get back into play
yeah,
because it's
because
11 on
advantage
10 or whatever. Yeah.
exactly, advantages happened and, that they could be scoring without me and I need to be there for it, but, yeah, it's been really great to see that and even, some plays to on the end line when it's going out to make sure that corner kicks are going to you know, certain teams that need it.
Yeah.
I think everything's been great. I think the only thing that I have issues with is the hydration break, and that is you
Okay.
essentially it's not an issue that they are doing it to get the water. Do it, get the water. I get it. You're playing for 45 minutes. It's hot. You guys are maximizing, that time. It's the commercial breaks. So the US, if you watch on Fox, the US will commercial break, and they weren't getting it right up front. They were coming back late or like right on cue of them kind of already starting, and it's like, I want to see the action. I want to see what's going on. Telemundo's got it right, man. When you watch Telemundo, like, they stay on field and they just talk, and then, like, the advertiser thing will just kinda come up in, like, the top left corner, and I'm like, "Hey, you're getting your time, but you're staying on, you're talking strategy, you're talking" that's part of it. It's not football. Don't break this shit into 4 quarters. Like,
Yeah.
just stay even if you stay on the field and you watch them and they get their water, like, that's totally cool, like, so I've noticed they've transitioned now on commercial breaks instead of going full commercial break on Fox, they will now do box and box. And I
Yeah.
think that's because they've gotten a huge negative response to what are you doing? Especially that's against FIFA contract terms, right? Because FIFA came in and like renamed stadiums for this, right? They renamed
Mm.
stadiums. FIFA has so much power and control over this. And like I was even reading up uh, about like Turkey being here in Mesa and what they had to do to get verified as a FIFA practice facility. It was like a 3-year process of specific watering. Like they had to prove the amount of water that they used on the grass. They had to mow the grass a certain direction for
Sweet Jesus.
months at a time so that it could simulate what a practice facility or full field would actually be. And so, like, hats off to all these locations that did things like this because FIFA's going to come in and pay a pretty penny for their people to be part of it, but
Yeah.
it's a big deal to to be part
Exacting
of that.
standards of
Yeah,
FIFA. I like it. And we have the same level of standards here at Behind the Brakes, RJ, and everything's got to be good. By the way, I got a text just a second ago from a Fox executive who listens to our show, and he said, "Tell RJ it's about money.
Yeah.
Telemundo, it's about the game.
Oh man, it's and
We
like
just want we want money."
I ended up like I watched the Mexico's second game.
Hmm.
It was just like amazing on Telemundo. Like they're like the passion and just it's
How
just
about that
awesome.
save by that
Oh, it's
Mexican
like literally
goalie?
floated into his hand, and you're
And
just
he's
like
from
he's
Guadalajara.
from yep, and
Oh,
you're
what
like
an incredible moment.
yeah,
Good for
yeah.
him. Although he wasn't as excited in the moment
See,
as I
that's what
expected.
I want to see. I just want to see good soccer. That's what I want to see, and
It's a
I'm
lot of
I'm
fun to
seeing it,
watch, man.
yeah, all around. So
It's a lot of fun to
we've
watch.
seen so many late goals and so many early goals. I'm like, this is crazy. So, but
So we won. Obviously, we won our group,
yep, and
and
we
so
will
we get to
find
stay on the
out.
West Coast. So
Yeah,
that's good.
and we'll find.
And
Well, we haven't won the group. We've advanced, but we still could. We can find out tonight, depending on the outcome of the game between Paraguay and Turkey, what if we win the group or if there's still a mix for us to possibly finish second. But I think we'll be all right. I think we'll finish the group on top. So,
yeah, we'll win because we'll beat Turkey.
well, I mean, you called it early on, right? You said before it started, you're like the U.S. is going to win it, and I was like, nah, I don't know. But
Oh,
I don't, man. After today,
I must have been drunk, for God's sakes,
I'm
RJ.
like after today, I'm like, holy shit, Matt might be right. Like this is like there's usually a game where like they let you down. And I thought today was gonna kind of be that game, but they even when they started to falter a little bit in the second half and kind of, you know,
Yeah.
Australia came out and started attacking more, like they held on and they got a
Well,
clean sheet and it was just amazing.
I also just got a text from the primary referee. Is that what you call him? Who said, RJ, I need the hydration breaks because he collapsed at the end of the game with the
Yeah,
cramp in
yeah,
his
he did.
calf.
Yeah,
And he just said to RJ, you go out there and run around in the heat chasing these guys that run like lightning. See how you do.
yeah.
No. But yeah, that was wild. I saw him fall down. I'm thinking, oh God. But it was just a cramp.
Yeah,
I,
no,
I,
I've reffed kids games and it's difficult. I'm like, you don't realize how much running you're doing because you're not like have to be stationary like a player sometimes or just kind of be able to breathe and
yeah.
relax. Like if the ball starts and goes the other way, you got to run and go the other
That's what the
way. And
broadcasters were saying. They
yeah,
said these guys have to be in better shape than the players for
yeah,
that exact point because they'll be sprinting one way to be involved and make sure they get the right call. But if the ball changes direction, they got to go that way.
yeah.
That's why I'm not a referee because I'd spill my beer. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch the World Cup. Anything soccer related? Have you pulled the trigger on eBay on anything because of what you're seeing?
No, I was actually just looking at as players have a good game, just looking at card values to see how stuff gets snatched up. And yeah, you're seeing a spike in some areas. And
Yeah.
yeah, so that's just
Anybody
kind of what I'm.
standing out off the top of your head? Don't want
Well,
to
I
put
mean,
you on the
Messi had a
spot.
hat trick, but Messi's
I
Messi,
mean,
right?
Messi's
So, I mean,
Messi.
like
Of
the
course he did.
the key player, like all the key players have kind of come to play, like Messi with 3 and Harry Kane had 2, and like so, like all these guys that are, I think Ronaldo's probably a little bit of a disappointment right now, but uh, he'll probably get his in the end. So, see,
Yeah, he'll get his. He'll get his. But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun to watch. I don't know. I'm excited about the VAR portion because that the whole throwing yourself down. But anyway,
yeah,
it's not a show with us if we don't talk about PSA. So I'm going to talk about PSA. So PSA, I know you're listening, and we certainly appreciate you listening. But this one's kind of fun, RJ. Uh, Somebody talking about they're being backed up and all that stuff, and found this letter on Reddit.
yes, yes.
Uh,
Is it the duck?
it's the duck. They banned this poor fella because how many times did he do it? Let's see,
37, 30.
37 times he submitted a picture of a duck along with a $5 bill, and he said, "Hey, requesting that we grade your duck on a scale of 1 to 3." I will say this though, a little overly corporate in the response, but I get it. PSA probably has some legal stuff they need to do, and I get it. I certainly understand that. So they went through, we're an industry leader, third party grading, authentication. So they gave them the scales and what they are. A 1 to 3 scale is not something we offer, nor is it consistent with professional grading standard in the collectibles industry. And also, please be advised, we will not be returning your
Yeah.
$185
So who
you
keeps
sent.
that?
Where's it go? You're gonna kind of,
Yeah.
offset my costs? I don't know, RJ's cost? Anyway, I thought this was kind of funny. Um, I personally, as a PR guy, would have preferred PSA respond with a little bit more humor because that would have been funny. Do your formal thing, but also be like, listen, and Bo, by the way, we give that duck a 2.5 in the letter, right? That would have been fun. Why
Yep.
not? Anyway, other PSA.
Because then you know what it does? If they respond positively and in a fun, how lighthearted way with that, you know how many other people are now sending in random things to get a grade of 1 to 3 on, and now it takes away from what they're trying to do, which is get rid of this damn backlog. So
Yeah.
it's fun, but you duck, man. You're
What
part of the
backlog?
problem. What
What
backlog?
backlog? What are you talking about, RJ?
Yeah.
Why are you being negative?
So, yes, I've been keeping track of this. The current backlog tracker that they have, it updates every 2 weeks. And originally, when they said, "Oh my goodness, we have 10 million in backlog. We're closing submissions, but we're not really closing submissions. You can still submit for the next like 4 days. So get your cards in." And you know
Oh,
what
they did.
happened? Yep. So, yep. Now the current backlog is up to 14 million cards, and they put a secondary bar in that says the value tiers open are less than 5 million. So what you're telling me right now at this moment is out of 14 million cards, 5 million or less are the value tiers, which they shut down, upfront. The other 9 million were essentially standard and above, right? So we're talking, cards at 44, cards at $80. Doing the calculation on this easily puts them at close to $400 million in cards that are sitting and ready to be graded. It does not matter if people even submit anymore. They have work for the next year and a half that they can make almost $500 million off of.
Say that again.
What the hell?
Half a
A
billion. A year and
$500 million
a half.
of cardboard and a year to year and a half of work. And this still comes back to I've seen, people come back and say, well, we want, they've got really good graders and we want them to stay there and not have to, dilute the pool, by getting more people. Hire quality and good talent. If you have the money, you can cast a wider net out and bring people in. It's part of it, right? This comes back to what I said last time. If you had, facilities set up in throughout the US in multiple different states, you would have good graders. Not all good graders can live in certain facility areas, Florida, LA, right? There's people all over the country that can fit the needs of what your company is, and you're just, you're turning your back on that to, you know, create just more of a
Yeah.
backlog and trickle that money out.
Now, again, I I agree, but I will say this. I also saw on Reddit, I think it was the PSA grading sub, somebody commented, it's interesting. I live on the East Coast and I sent my cards to California. My cards ended up getting graded in Florida. PSA responded to that person's comment with a lengthy explanation of why. And I thought that was a good touch for a company that we continue to challenge here on the old conversation. So I thought it was good that they're in there. But then they got flamed by like 175 comments after theirs, and they never came back in. Come back in. If you're confident about what you're doing, just step back in. You're going to continue to get flamed, but if you engage, silence is harder to explain than talking. Just keep talking. Yeah, we get it, guys. We have to send them to Florida because we break it up. Da, 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 this is why. And they did a good job on their explanation, but then they disappeared from the conversation. Didn't like that. But yeah, there's a lot going on there. But and then in more news, we people were a little unhappy with us our last episode, saying, "Do your research." We do. Sometimes we just don't talk about it. Yeah, they made a $200 million investment, and PSA Europe is opening up this summer over there. They got some good stuff coming. I thought there was an interesting kind of highlighted here. Uh, it's a pretty. I didn't realize this, and maybe RJ you did, but They are, the European market is 30% of their global submissions coming from the international. Because now, you think that's what do you think that is? Pokemon, TCG type stuff,
Yeah, I think a lot of it is
soccer,
that.
F1. I don't know, but probably TCG. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like 80% TCG.
Okay. Well, good for them. Got an article here. Obviously, it's on their website. So there you go. $200 million infrastructure investments excuse me, expand global capacity. Yeah, I get it. My only question is, where was this as that mountain was climbing of submissions and backlog? Where was this at? But hey, I'm not
Yeah,
in the business.
but
Maybe they had
but
to get the capital dialed in.
But if you're like me and you peruse, sites like this and you're like, "You know what? I'm just curious. What careers do they have available?" Oh, they've got a position open in Germany. They've got a position open like they are, you know,
Oh,
international, right? So if you've got positions open in those areas, like you're already have your clutches in that area trying to, break through, which I get, but even internationally to a degree. Like we have a card show coming up here in a couple weeks, the Front Row Card Show, and I was delighted to get their PSA sent the email out that said, "Hey, we're going to be at the Front Row Card Show, so get your submissions ready and bring them in." And I'm just super curious how many people are going to be standing in line holding submissions that are $80 per card to submit right there on the spot.
we'll have to report back because I'm interested in that too. That's, I mean, it's serious.
And
Why? You're
yeah,
standing in line knowing that in a year you're going to get your cards back. A year,
well,
RJ.
not at the $80 submission. At the $80, it's you're pushing through in 30 days. So you'll actually should get them in like 30 to 40 business days, I think it is, because you're paying the higher tiers. So once again, you're paying the higher tier, but you're jumping that 5 million value tier line that's still waiting to be cleared. So it's funny. It's funny to me. I know you pay for value, but like all the things in my account are marked as, hey, we're experiencing some difficulties at this moment. Please be patient with us as we
Yeah.
figure out our workflow and allow people to jump the line that want to pay more money. Hey, everyone wants a fast pass. I get it. You're going to pay for the fast pass. But you know what? Sometimes the people that are standing in line for 3 hours want to enjoy the ride too.
Shout out to our Disney adults listening. Yeah, I don't know. You're right. Jump the line, pay me more, and screw RJ. Yeah. I mean,
It's
that's
always
what
about me, Matt. It's always about me and the 8 cards that I have waited to be graded.
you're the customer, man. Of
Yeah.
course it's about you. It's about
Yeah.
all of us as the customers. But yeah. Any other thoughts on the PSA? I try not to flame them. I mean, it's a business. I'm not there.
No, I'm just like I said, my thoughts are I'm just curious to see going forward in another 2 weeks and when they update their backlog tracker, we should see it should be decreased for
Oh,
once.
we're watching.
We should not it should not be at 14 million still. It should not be at 6. If it stays at 14 million, we know then 2 million people have submitted at $80 or higher. And at that point, now we're getting back to that the value tiers will be gone because why do you want to grade cards for
Yeah.
less money?
And real quick, if you're out there and you are submitting at $80, you may be doing that because you got to keep your business running. And I
Yeah.
get it. So shoot us a note, jump on the damn show. We'll talk to you. Tell me
Yell at us,
why.
please. Call me a moron. I enjoy those. You know what? Good. Let the hate flow through you.
Bring it. But no, for real. If I mean, because I would understand that. It's you have
Yeah.
to say, okay, I got to recalculate my operating expenses for my business. I
But
got
how
to
many
get these
people
damn
right now are cursing the backlog and the holdup because the World Cup's going on and they submitted a bunch of cards that
Oh,
now they can't capitalize on
yeah.
because whoever makes it to the championship game, wah wah. Sorry.
Whoops. Yeah. And yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think they continue to have a challenge, but nobody's backing off. I mean, I've got some cards sitting here. I'm gonna say it. My old lady went to a garage sale, and I looked up these cards. I got a few vintage of some big guys, that I like, and I looked up the value, comparing them. I have to go to PSA with these things. So PSA, unlock it. Also, RG, you know what I'm disappointed in? A company that makes this amount of money, that tracker's not very dead. It's not very sexy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a couple red bars, guys. Come on.
Yeah. You should that'd be great if
Now
they
they
broke it up per sport and TCG and all that stuff. Like we're
right.
kind of like asking, like, hey,
Or you
uh,
hover over it and it gives you kind of a pop up of, there's some a little more
Yeah.
dynamic there. But also the argument back to me, I'm going to make their argument back to me. Listen, dude, we did what we could. We got to focus on grading cards. So
Yeah.
PSA, you're welcome. I'm a PR guy, and there's your talking point.
Yeah.
We wanted to put it up to be transparent, but we got shit to do. All right, fair enough. But come on, God, you guys make a lot of money. Your website, that was kind of weak. But anyway, what else, RJ? We have a drop. We're recording today on the 19th, but you might have something else. Go ahead. Go ahead. Jump in.
Yeah, well, outside saying in the grading realm, right? It just came out. News just recently broke that Tag is going to be moving an operation station over to Brazil.
Yeah,
So, like everyone at this point is expanding, internationally, but there is a lot of blowback there because as of right now, Tag is still at a pretty much standstill like
yeah.
PSA. And
Hold.
everyone's like, why are you expanding before you don't clear the backlog? Because you're spending money and time and energy breaking into a new area when you have all these paying customers that are waiting. And with Tag, it's different, right? It's not like PSA where they take the money upon the grading when it's done. Tag is doing that charge up front, right?
Yeah,
So like there's still a lot of people and a lot of faith and trust. Like the community around it, a lot of people are very irritated because it's blowing past dates and you're not seeing that much movement. But once again, they're trying to expand out here and get more locations and or get another bigger location and more systems and all that stuff set up. But putting time and energy into a facility like that, uh, it's a little disheartening to be like, but once again, like we're all just waiting. We're all just waiting for you. It's
yeah.
like that meme where that guy at the stick, right? He's just like poking the thing on the ground. He's like, do something. Do something. Like that's what no one's doing anything.
Do something.
All they're all doing is just creating a tracker and saying, this is where we're at, you know.
My God. Yeah. Why Brazil though? Did that mention why Brazil?
No, just mentioned Brazil that they're moving to that location. So it wasn't like at least PSA gave a little bit more like, hey, 30% of our business comes from
Yeah.
this area. So it makes sense to expand there next, right?
They didn't give a reason, huh?
Nope, just that they're looking to do that. So
That's unfortunate. Well, anyway, that's exciting. And there's a lot of talk. The more we do research to, jump in and talk about stuff, the more I'm seeing people talking more positively about tag and the quality of what they're getting. Now, it could be just because I'm landing on it. I get it. It could be that's actually the case. People are starting to get frustrated, starting to get tired of it, and they're starting to open up the conversation or the possibility of something new coming along to force PSA to be faster and better, right?
right.
So anyway,
Yeah,
other
I
than
just
that,
I just want good slabs, good competition, and good price points. But you know
yeah,
what? That's
make me think about things before I submit. Make
yeah,
Put me in a position to be like, I could get more money here, but I'll get them back faster here, and I can submit 3 cards in the time I'll get 1 card back and do maths out. So anyway, make it harder for me. But I got one more thing, RJ. Today's the 19th of June, and Inception dropped. And I think we disagree violently on this, but we're going to hit it anyway because I think these cards are hideous. Okay? I don't like them. Now, you like them, and that's fine. You can like them. But okay, let me cycle through here. I like cards in the background. You can tell they're at a baseball game.
yep.
This looks like I don't know what this looks like. Like an artist got busy with it. There's your boy Cal Raleigh
Yeah,
with a
molecular.
sticker auto.
Yeah. So yes, okay. Two things. I like it because it's different and I like alt stuff.
Okay,
Um, and that's
fair.
why like yes, flagship is going to have them playing baseball and all this stuff like this. I like to see a little bit more like what to me cards that are done this way are the what can we start to do to push the bounds of like we talked about that shakeup of what's next in the card industry, right? What's next in the card field. But I still do not like sticker autos, and a lot of them are sticker autos.
Yeah.
A lot of them they are thicker cards, and if you are someone that does try to grade them, they never grade well. But some of their patches, it just I
Oh
love
yeah.
it. Like the patch takes up 2/3 of the card. I love that. right?
Yeah,
Like some of that stuff is cool. Like I think some of these even had like there were cleats in them and stuff like that before. So like they're trying to do, interesting things with some of these cards over, just the basic baseball player kind of thing. But I still am, like I said, I'm very still anti sticker autos, and it's a lot of them. But when you get a card like this, it's a little thicker with like an interesting design. It can sometimes, because it's all, at the end of the day, it's art, right? If I had a whole wall that I was looking at that was all
oh
cards
yeah,
of guys playing baseball, and then you threw one in that looked like this, your eye would be drawn to that one because it's,
yeah,
different.
a fair point. I just like I said, I prefer knowing that they're in the game. But this is a pretty cool card, the gold auto, um, which is out of 25. Anyway, they're pretty cool. But like you said, most of the patches are incredible. But then you got a Nick Kurtz, awesome patch with a sticker auto. Unfortunate. You got, this is beautiful. Drake Baldwin, great patch, sticker auto. It is what it
Well,
is.
and this is so because I'm a huge, like, I love triple threads, right? And triple
Yes.
threads was kind of like this, but better, because they would have the cutouts of like the names or the numbers or whatever it might be, like Mr. October, and they would use jersey behind it, stuff like that. But they did not release triple threads last year, and I'm not sure if it's even on the docket to be released this year.
Yeah.
But they keep releasing Inception. But what I liked Inception because it used to be a good value for the pack of cards you got with the number in it, the auto in it, and the relic in it. But then it, like everything, these prices started skyrocketing, and
Yeah.
that's part of the only reason I don't kind of like it right now. Like I like the card, I like what it could be, except sticker auto, price point on such a small pack, and
Yep. What
I
is it?
just,
Right around 285 for a hobby box. Get a
yeah, you used to
either
be able to get it under, yeah, 4 years ago it was like under $200, right?
yeah. You either get a relic or you get an auto for every hobby box. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. It's not something I would snag, but I know a lot of people like it. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, of
yeah.
course, if I got like a PCA on that gold auto, I'm not gonna say no. All right, but I don't know. Good stuff. Good stuff all around. But that's the release today. A lot of people on Whatnot are breaking it open. I thought about jumping in, and then I had realized I was working. I had to get back to work. I had a damn job. But anyway, good stuff all around. RJ, good talking to you. We got anything else before we shut her down?
No, I think that's it.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for checking us out, and drop us a comment. If you want to be on the show, all it takes is shoot us a note and you're on. Come on, tell us we're crazy. What was it earlier? You want to be called a moron? Let's bring it on.
The amount of times I've been called a moron on social media, this guy has no idea what he's talking about. That's what's great about opinions, right? Everyone's
Yeah,
got one.
I know
So
everyone's got one.
yeah.
All right, thanks everybody. Drop your opinion, and we'll see you next time.
All right, take it easy.
Thanks for listening to Behind the Breaks. We appreciate you being here with us and helping us grow this community. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and YouTube.
Make sure to like, follow, or subscribe, and we'll see you for the next one.